first time I saw Wadi Ram, yeah, I was stunned. I was like, there is a lot of rock here. Wow, this is big.
Eli is a machine. Eli is a suffer machine. He would never be discouraged.
Eli is my inspiration. Eli is my motivation.
One day on the head wall, we ran out of bolts. In the last minute, we needed to put just 2 more bolts on this high pitch. And I thought, that's fine, we'll just leave it for our next session, maybe next season. And then all of a sudden, I realized that Eli is not there. Eli just rappelled down, didn't say anything, walked back to the village, took his stuff, took a taxi, crossed the border back to Israel, drove all the way to Jerusalem, went to this hardware store. Same night, he took a bus back to the border, crossed the border back to Jordan, took a taxi back to Wadi Ram, walked back to the wall, Jumared up, put these bolts, and got back to the village about 48 hours later. I didn't know how to react. I was like, what's wrong? And he said, nothing is wrong. We needed bolts to complete the route, so I went back to Israel to get the bolts. That's it. It's all good now. We can go and climb. Let's go and climb. So we did. We went back to the route to keep working and climbing. Rare breed, Eli.
A lot of people have never heard of Wadi Ram. It's in the Middle East. I asked him, you climb in Patagonia, Yosemite, South America. How come you don't come to Jordan? And they say, there's not enough modern routes. If the locals put routes, we will come. And that kind of started the dream. I talked to Elad about how about if we start putting new routes here? And he was thrilled, so we went to work.
הביאו אותי כאן לעשות את העבודה השחורה, לנקות. אז אני מנקה את המדף, זה צריך לרדת.
Battery, glue, bolt. If you have all of this 3 stuff with them, never he will come back, only in the dark, hanging up in the wall since 7 o'clock until 7 o'clock in the evening. I don't think he eat this cat.
Yeah, it takes a little more strategy because the rock is not perfect.
To say the least.
Okay. Rock! We named the route Le Sultan El-Mujahidin, which means the Sultan of all freedom warriors. And most of it is 12A, 11D, a little bit of 12B. And then there were the 3rd and the 4th pitch, who visually are incredible, but you know right away that now you're talking a whole different grade level. So the way things were going, I was on the wall alone for days, cleaning, gluing bolts, exploring. Elad was on the lower section on a micro traction by himself, trying to do the hard pitches, which we already suspected were 13 deep. So Elad and I were working on the route for that was the 3rd year. I don't know if we were getting tired, but we fell into this pattern. Self-doubt, is it this, is it really that good? And we needed something to happen to reignite, to reinvent the Sultan. Madaleine is a very accomplished, very experienced climber, very modest, and her technique, her ability to climb hard pitch after hard pitch after hard pitch, far, far off the ground, is amazing. She's very focused and just a joy to be around.
I don't even know where I can get one.
And now she goes on the third and does it like in the second day. I think it gives the whole boost, the reinvention of the whole thing, and Elad shows up to climb with her and everybody is excited about the route again.
Now Madaleine is gonna send it and make me look like a beginner climber trying to pull hard on fingers, not using my feet right. Yeah, she's gonna do it.
Sweet.
Good job. All right.
Yeah, it's almost like I thought about placing there, but
No, you
just want to keep moving.
So my process was working on the route. I led the first 3 pitches, and then Eli and I passed over the 4th pitch during the night, and I gave it a cursory glance and was impressed by how hard it looked. And then I went up there maybe the next morning and was really quite sure that I wouldn't be able to do sections of it.
It's like 516 plus. That one long pull move, and then 2 significant high steps with my right foot. Ah! What?
I reach up to pointer finger kind of lock with my left hand to reach to this down pulling other right pointer finger hole. Smearing my left foot on the face, my right foot on a little nub. I stand way up to a left hand pin scar. My pointer fingers are so strong from this climb. And then smear push that gets me left to the hole. And if I get to the hole, I'm freaking sending the pitch.
No!
2 days ago, I tried the route and I got really close to red pointing it. So I'm feeling optimistic about my chances of sending the route. Unfortunately, we leave the day after tomorrow and it's been raining and I have 1 day remaining to try it.
Every person brings a different vision to the work. And I think the way for people to connect those visions and to understand other people's vision. Climbing an adventure is a great way for people to meet and share something that is greater. Nature, challenge, risk, unknown. Suddenly when you are involved in the adventure with other people, it's really is positive. Nobody wins, nobody loses outdoor. When you're on the cliff, you need very few words to understand what another climber is. Stop, right? We don't connect through language or any other. We connect on the climb. The route is clean, bolted, the anchors are in place, and it's open and ready for whoever wants to take the challenge and climb the Sultan.